I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Amos 5:21. First and foremost, I want to say, Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Kwakadash. Double honors to all the elder apostles, the prophets, the teachers, the disciples, and the sincere Akwath that are in this 100% truth. I just wanted to open up with Amos, because today is another one of them satanic high holy days. You know what? Let me get another one real quick. Let's get John 8 KJV. Sorry, I got a little. The reason why I'm always stuffed up is because I live in the middle of the desert and it's dirt and dust everywhere. So let's go back down. Let's go down to verse 31. Let's start at 31. You know what? Start at verse 30. And as he spake these words, many believed on him. Then said Yahushua to the Jews which believed on him, if you continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed. What's the point? What's the point? Let me keep reading. One more verse. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Liberty, freedom, being able to decipher between right and wrong. So, the truth shall make you free. Hallowed. What does hallowed mean? Regarded as hollow, venerated, sacred, set apart, righteous, holy. That's what they're calling hallowed. What does the word wean mean? Wean refers to Eve. So today's class is going to be about what's today's date. It's the 31st. October 31st, 2023. What are they doing right now? They're taking their children. Oh, I'm just doing it for the children. So you worship Satan just for your children? Do you know how that sounds to somebody that has studied? And you know, these elites have studied too. They're not elites for not studying. Oh, I got a bunch of money, I'm an elite. No, they're elites because they know things you fucking don't. And the hard-headed ass people out here don't realize that when we're talking about Halloween tonight, I'm going to show you something new. Halloween was the witches' Shabbat. The witches' Shabbat. Ancient Celtic holiday in honor of the Lord of the Dead. Who's this? That's the Lord of the Dead. That is the Lord of the Dead. Sorry. Samhain. Also in honor of nature. Also known as Mother Nature in the United Kingdom. But what is Baphomet? It's a man dude chick. It's a freaking goat with a fallacy, with a penis and boobs. Fuck. Why do I have to make it so plain for you? You guys don't understand anything. So, Mother Nature in United Kingdom, it's called Autumn's Reich. In Mexico, They have a similar holiday. You know what they call it? The Day of the fucking Dead. Mexico. Yeah, Day of the Dead. Also known as All Souls Day. October 31st was the Druids or the Satan worshippers' New Year. Isn't this a neat story? Here are your Druids. These are the Druids. But wait, I gotta get this out. I just gotta bring a few things out. We're gonna go by what my notes are today. Because, I hate doing this class. But I hate it every year. That's why I never change it. I don't update it. I don't do anything. I've already freaking wrote the notes. I'm fucking done. I hate you guys. I hate your high holy days. I hate you with a perfect hatred. I hate you with a perfect hatred. Look at you. What are you? Let's get back into it. I'm sorry, guys, but I truly despise the satanic holidays that they put in our faces. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, freaking Easter, which is, I love the Passover, so let's not get that twisted. All of these days that I'm telling you, the Most High despises. These are the Druids. Notice something that, do you not notice something very peculiar about them? What is it? Oh, I get it. They're all wearing masks. The symbols that represent Halloween. A jack-o'-lantern. The witch. The giving of treats. Or candy, I guess. The famous trick-or-treat slogan. And last but not least, costumes. Not just kids, adults too. What the fuck are you guys wearing right now? Weird. Where does it all come from? Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32 and get started. Because where does it say to celebrate Halloween in the Bible? You can't. Sorry, guys. You can't and you won't find it. So let's get into Deuteronomy though. Deuteronomy chapter. Satan cometh immediately, even with a sneeze. Anything happens to me, I account it to Satan. I don't care. Deuteronomy 32. And we'll start at verse 16. They provoke him to jealousy with strange gods. Lowercase g, you punk motherfuckers. And you know what? Every year I bring this class out, I get more and more angry. And there's a good reason for it. You guys don't deserve the kingdom that you possess. And that's why it's going to be taken away from you. You don't deserve anything. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to God. Yahweh, not to Yahweh. The real creator. Not to Yahweh. To lowercase g, gods, whom they knew not. Why? Because God is a Babylonian deity of financial increase. Gods. You guys worship gods. But anyway, and let me just start over. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh, to gods, whom they knew not. They knew gods that came newly up, from whom your fathers feared not. You know why? Because it's just like, you know what your God is at the end of the day? It's just money and power over the people with a rulership to be able to tell everybody to do whatever you want, to go by your own vain imagination. So, where does it say to celebrate Halloween in the Bible? You won't find it. It says that they were celebrating false gods. Let me read it again. Let me read it again before we move on. We've got to read it again now because you guys have to hear this correctly. Let's go to 32, Deuteronomy 32, and we're going to read 16 and 17 again. But they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods. They're talking about Yahweh. They provoked Yahweh to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. Now, I know that this in Deuteronomy, but that's talking about the Israelites. If you don't think it's talking about you other nations also, you're about as stupid as a box of rocks. Why do you think you're getting judged? Because you guys weren't even given a law. You weren't even given the law. He hates you so much. Just think of it like that. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods because they never once thought in their minds that the God that split the Red Sea, the God that created the heavens and the earth, the God that crumbled Jericho, the God that destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, they never once thought that he is the real God. Oh no, all their gods are female. They worship deities of fertility. Female deities of fertility. Look it up. They worship women, in other words. To provoke him to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoke they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Yahweh, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers fear not. So what you're not understanding is these new gods are the same gods that that were, how would you say it? Because these gods are all female goddesses of fertility. That's why your fathers never knew them. That's what I was trying to say. No, I hate this thing. And hold on, guys. Let's just keep these guys up there because those are your strange gods. Those are your female goddesses of fertility. And then there's Baal over here too. That's probably his wife, Baphomet. What you guys don't see is going to be what kills you. So let's first break down the witch. Let's do that. Now I know it seems like I'm all over the place, but believe me, I am going to bring this together. So let's break down the witches first. She always has a big nose and a big black hat. The hat is actually called the pinnacle of power. The bigger the cone on her head, the more powerful the witch is. The origins and the designs. The origins of the witch's hat, as displayed today, is disputed. One of the earliest theories is the mummified remains of the witches of the Sabeshi, who were very tall, pointed black hats that resembled the iconic headgear of their sisters in medieval Europe. So these Edomites been doing this fucking shit since the beginning of time. And so when you see these hats, you see those? The bigger the hat, the more powerful the witch is. So the more knowledge she has. That's the pinnacle of knowledge. Let's get into it. So the Sabeshi who wear very tall pointed black hats that resemble the iconic headgear of their sisters in medieval Europe. Potentially, the style of hat then became associated with black magic, Satan worship, and other acts of which the Jewish were accused. These are all Amalekites. These are all Jewish fucking people. There's your fucking Israelis. You guys don't know shit. This is who they are. Let me keep going. Because, let me read it again though. Potentially, this is the style of hat then became associated with black magic or Kabbalah, motherfuckers. Kabbalah. Black magic, Satan worship, and other acts which the Jewish were accused of. Okay? Let's go back into some scriptures, please. This class is why I hate doing this class. This is more of a history class than scriptural. But let's go back to Deuteronomy 32 and 17. They sacrificed unto devils. Let's go back into it. Not into Yahweh. Look at them. To gods whom they knew not. To new gods that came up whom your fathers feared not. Why would we be scared of your fake fucking bullshit? There ain't nothing coming out of the sky. There ain't nothing coming up from the ground. You guys be doing whatever conjuring you're doing. It ain't going to work on the Israelites that keep the laws. I don't know. It works on the people that fear you. Let's move on. I want to make another statement. So what does the media do to you? Or how about this? I'm sorry, this class gets me because all my life I was also put in this garbage. Nobody is free from this. We all put on a Halloween costume at one time. And when I found out what it was, I almost hated my parents. Why would they do this to me? And I had to bring myself to the reality. They didn't know this. They didn't even know. But let me get it. So what does the media do to reel you in? What do they do to reel you in? They make witches cute, funny, animated cute and funny. And then for the men, they make them extra hella sexy. Right? Sexy ass witches running around. Perfect bodies. Doing all these spells. They're witches, but they're good. What are they doing that's good? Spells, which are punishable by death according to the scripture. I shall not suffer a witch to live according to scripture. So, let's go back into some scripture. Since we're talking about it, let's get some more scripture. Let's go into the book of Isaiah, which is one of my favorite books in the whole Bible. And anybody that read the Bible that's an Israelite, Isaiah and Jeremiah, Obadiah for sure. These should be some of your favorite books. Let's go down to we'll start at verse 15. This is Isaiah chapter, I'm still in Deuteronomy. Isaiah chapter 29, and we're going to start at verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh. Ooh. Verse 15, let me start over again. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh. And their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us? And who knoweth us? Look, when was there ever a congregation of witches and warlocks that wasn't done at night? Oh, you guys are doomed as a motherfucker. You guys don't even know how doomed you are. You guys are... let me just finish the class instead of telling you your your reward for all of your works. And that goes for you stupid, retarded Israelites that still practice this, that still go out and want to have a good time. Oh, I'm just doing it for the kids. I'm just doing it for the kids. You're just doing it. There you are doing it for the kids. All worshiping the there it is, your goddess of fertility. There she is. Let's just keep her up there for a minute. Why not? She showed up. Let's keep her there. Isaiah 29:16. Surely the turning things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work say to him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say to him that framed it, he had no understanding? Doesn't that sound like every single one of these women? I made myself. I look at it like the self-entitled woman too. She thinks she's a goddess. Look at her. This is literally the mindset of 90% of our women today. Guess what, goddess? You think that you're the goddess and you got people worshiping you. But right now, the worship that you don't understand is they're sacrificing. There's a sacrifice in all this. You guys are out there playing. You're out there playing some bullshit. So what does the media do to reel you in? I don't know. Maybe just put a beautiful woman out there looking like Lady Liberty. She got all Lady Liberty spikes out of her head. She got her hands up like she's being, I don't know if she's praying or being worshipped. You see what I'm saying? And surely the turning of things upside down will be esteemed as a potter's clay. And how is she, this is what the society does today. What do they do? What exactly do they do? For they shall, for the work Yahweh made you. You have been created by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. And what do you say? I am my, like literally, how can you be your own god or goddess unless you created yourself? Why do you portray yourself as a goddess? So let's keep going now. Let's keep going. The Druids, I'm gonna read Isaiah 15 and 16 one more time. I'm gonna read my notes and then I'm gonna move on. That's what I'm gonna do. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? And once again, they're always in the dark. How do I know? Well, why is she at the fire? Only fires are in dark time, but that fire represents the killing of a bunch of children. And we'll get into that too. We'll get into that, goddess of fertility. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Who knoweth us? We all know who you are. Your veil's been lifted. Your veil has been lifted. Everybody sees your nakedness. So, verse 16, surely the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, for shall the work say to him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed, he had no understanding? So it's like literally, man, every time I read it, I think of something different. You're telling the Most High that he didn't know what he was doing when he built you. The thing that framed it, he had no understanding. Now, this is talking about the oppressor throughout history, though. That goes into verse 15. Verse 15 is literally talking about the oppressor throughout history. In verse 16, esteemed as the potter's clay means they take everything away from its natural use. They take everything away from its natural use. Just like a woman being in rulership and a man worshiping a woman, when it's clearly said that Yahweh was a god and there's nobody else with him. He didn't have no princess and no queen. He said, I kill, I make alive, I won't, I heal. There's no other. There is no God with me. He's alone. So they take everything away from its natural use. They switch everything around. And believe me, we can get into that natural use, and we know that the natural use of a man, the natural use of a woman, the natural use of animals, the natural use of fruits and vegetables and herbs, everything is GMO. Even the people. All of you motherfuckers are genetically modified organisms. You're just all genetically modified at this point. You didn't listen to the prophets. You went on your own path. Let's keep going. Esteemed as the potter's clay means they take everything away from its natural use. But the Most High will return everything back to the way it's supposed to be. You stupid. Yes, you are redundantly stupid. The Druids, we're moving on. The Druids were the first. In fact, let me pull up the Druids. There they are. We got the Druids. Okay. The Druids were the first Aryan people who came from Asia to settle in the UK. What's another word for Aryan? White. So, the so-called Edomites. So let me start over. The Druids were the first Edomite people who came from Asia to settle in the UK's first they were the UK's first pale-faced people. I don't like to use the word white and black. I'm sorry, I just don't. They were the first pale people around all of the melanated people. Now you see them. They're very pale. Druids. It also goes back to the Celtic word meaning knower of the oak. Watch this. All right, now that we got the knower, okay, this is the Druid. Also goes back to the word meaning knower of the oak tree. They're philosophers. What does it mean, philosophers? Theory. Just made up shit. They're philosophers, but call themselves Celtic priests. Yeah. No. Now let's not stop there. According to the old documents, the Celtics or Druid priests on the Samhain or Halloween would have featured many sacrifices. What do you think that fire represents? To their Celtic gods of death, who both animals and humans, you think they were throwing their people in? Who do you think they were throwing in there? Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a chance to think about that. Who do you think they were throwing in those fires? Yeah, I thought so. Us. Humans thrown into huge fire pits as offerings. So, I'm going to show you guys a few things that you guys don't know about. Guess what? This is what I wanted to show you. So, woodcut depicting Druid human sacrifice. How do I know? Woodcut depicting Druid human sacrifice. Who are the Druids? They were the Jewish. The Druids are the Jewish. Look it up. Do your research. So this is what they did. Let me just zoom it back in now. What do you see? What do you see? You tell me what you see in this sepulcher. Okay, while you're looking at that, I'm gonna read this again. The Celtic or Druid or Jewish priest on Samhain or Halloween, Holy Eve of Samhain's birthday, would have featured many sacrifices to their Celtic gods of death, with both animals and humans thrown in huge fire pits as offerings. They actually put them in sepulchers. So they put them in the end. They would go and search for the wood for these fire pits that these sepulchers would sit in, and they would literally fucking collect wood for months in advance, just to and look what it looks like. Your favorite guy, Jesus. You're Jesus in the sepulcher, burning all the children. Okay, now that we've gone through that, let's get out of there. That'll give you nightmares if you just sit there and look at that all night. So let's get that off of there. All right, we're moving on. This is called Candle in the Window. It comes from a tradition. It comes from a tradition of light a candle in a place. I'm sorry. Let me put my glasses. Let me clean my glasses a little bit here. It comes from a tradition of lighting a candle and placing it in a window to give the spirit of loved ones and ancestors directions home. So it's showing them how to get back to the house. That sounds horrible. Let's keep going. Let's get another one. This is crazy, but right here in this depiction, this is actually the depiction of bobbing for apples. It comes from a tradition of barreling apples alongside the road or along the roadside for spirits who were lost or who had no descendants. So you put the apples on the side of the road, and these are the spirits that are lost who had no descendants. Now they're coming back around. Do you see how fucking wicked this day is? This is pure wickedness. And you know what? Watch this. What does it say on there? No bobbing for apples this Halloween. So when you guys think that I'm making this shit up, you might want to do a little research. It literally says, no bobbing for apples this Halloween. The spirits found their way home, in other words. Let's go ahead and get something. Let's get something different. Let's get the giving out candy. Giving out candy and trick or treat are two different things. You're going to find that out right now. So let's go to giving out candy. Let's go into it. This is the giving out of candy. Would you guys like to see the giving out of candy? This is the giving out of candy. How does that look to you? Do you guys like that? That's the giving out of candy right there. Celtic folklore believed that some spirits transformed. You see the spirits coming down? Transforming into what? Humans. They're transformed into human form as a beggar to ask for food or money. If you turned them away, you would be cursed forever and all eternity. Do you believe this bullshit that these motherfuckers keep coming up with? And you guys be like, all about it every year. Oh yeah, gotta get dressed up like a whore for Halloween. I gotta dress up like a woman. I'm dressing up like a woman this Halloween. I'm gonna shock the crowd. That's not even a shocker anymore. Go read the Bible, be a prophet, and don't go out. Shock the crowd. Shock the crowd. Let's get into another one. The trick or treat. Oh, you guys don't love this. You gotta admit, some of this stuff's just too good. The Most High keeps showing me everything right now. So, let's go ahead and get it. The trick or treat custom was created by the Druids when they went home and demanded a child or virgin for sacrifice. Did I not show you the sepulchres? I wasn't joking about that. The victim was the Druids' treat. In exchange, they would leave a jack-o'-lantern. That's not true. They would actually leave a turnip. They would leave a turnip with human flesh burning inside of it. I know that for a fact because I've looked it up. The truth. So, sorry about that. I had to stop the video for a second. My dog was going off on whatever. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the Druids, they would actually use a turnip. They'd catch it on fire, and you would have until the morning. And if you didn't give up your kid, they would kill your whole family. When some unfortunate couldn't meet the demands of the Druids, then it was time for a trick, or the trick. The symbolic hex was drawn on the door. That Satan or the demon would kill someone in that home. So let me read it again. That Satan or his demons would kill someone in that home. And what I read is that they would kill your family. The Satan or his demons would kill someone in that home. So, trick-or-treating is not what you thought. Let me read my notes now. The Druids also were thought to have gone door to door during this time, seeking virgins to rape and sacrifice little boys and little girls. The pumpkin. If they were given a virgin, they would leave a carved pumpkin or turnip illuminated by a candle made from human fat as a sign to other Druids they had given the virgin already. Let's get some scripture. Let's get a scripture. Finally, it's really hard to get scriptures in these classes because it's mainly a history of what's going on around you. So let's go to the book of Exodus. Man, I would really like to exodus out of this situation right now. We're in another Hallows Eve right now, guys. We just crossed over into the into the day of Samhain. So let's get some scripture. Exodus chapter 22, and we're going to start at verse 20. So this is Exodus 22 and 20. He that sacrificeth unto any god, save unto Yahweh only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Do you guys know what I just said right there? I said anybody that sacrifices it to anybody other than Yahweh is going to be deleted. Who are these guys sacrificing to? They're killing people. They're killing people. All right. Let's go into the costume now. Let's go back and let's go into the costumes. Let's talk about costumes now. All right, let's talk about costumes. You remember these days, guys? So anybody that's in my age group, these are the old days right here. This is how they used to make it look. Notice something? I'll show you all the depictions. You almost will, in any Halloween tradition, you will not see little niglets running around. In other words, you won't see the little children of Israel from the ghettos. You're only going to see this depiction of the Edomites. So, let's go into the costume. During Samhain or Halloween, people disguised themselves in, back in the original times, it was disguised themselves in feathers and fur so they wouldn't be recognized by the spirits roaming the earth that night. And you got to remember that the spirits, according to this Halloween tradition, they were bobbing for apples. Now it's the tradition of bearing apples along the side of the road. So you would put apples along the side of the road. And then the giving candy was believed that the spirits were not only sent back to the earth, but transformed into people. And if you didn't give them food or money, what could they use it for? Doesn't make sense. And you would be cursed forever, eternally. So when you go into these costumes, when you go back into, like I said, into the costumes, these people were, they would disguise themselves. And why? Because the spirits that they conjured up were roaming around and they were scared of them. That's about the dumbest shit I ever heard. Why you got a costume on? Well, these spirits are out tonight. So why did you ask for the spirits to be here if you're so scared of them? You got your whole family out there. Whatever. Exodus chapter 22, and we're going to go to verse 20. He that sacrificeth unto any lowercase god, save unto Yahweh only, he shall be utterly destroyed. Did I not already bring that to you? Anybody that's worshiping and sacrificing, bobbing for apples, trick or treat, anything, all of it's a sacrifice to false gods. And anybody doing that, what's going to happen? You're going to be deleted. You're going to, utterly destroyed. My bad. You're not going to be deleted. You're going to be utterly destroyed. Let's get some precepts, and I'm going to get a couple precepts, and then we're going to call it. So let's go to the book of Amos. One of my favorite books this week. I've been bringing out Amos everything this week. I ain't even lying. I'm even noticing it. The Most High has definitely put Amos in my lineup for this whole week. For last week and this week. Let's go to Amos chapter 5 and start at verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Halloween, you've been debunked. Let me keep going. Though you offer burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. So all of your parties and your celebrations and your feasts and your candy even, it's not acceptable. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. We don't want to hear none of your music. We don't want to watch you guys dance around like fucking weirdos. None of it. But let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as mighty stream. As a mighty stream. Yeah, we want to see judgment. When we see people trying to bring demons right out of the earth, out of the soil of the ground. We, as the prophets, the elders, the prophets, the teachers, the apostles, the disciples, the Akwath, you know what we want? We want to see judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. We want to see you guys get out of the place that is our place. We want you guys to be removed so we can get back to living, so we can start for the first time ever living a peaceful life. Let me keep going. Have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness for 40 years, O house of Israel? And not only is it talking about Israel, but you other nations, you're despicable. Israel first. You will be judged. If Israel's going to get judged, you think he's going to let you go with all your wickedness? You got to be joking. So, Israel, have you offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness for 40 years, O house of Israel? Didn't you do all this for me for like all these years? You did it grievously, though. You didn't care. You wanted out of that so bad. As soon as you thought you was free, you ran off to the first nation you could find and tried to worship their God. It's horrible. It's despicable. It's despisable. Let me keep going. But ye have borne the tabernacle of Molech and tuned your images, the star of your God, which is the star of Molech, which most people call the Star of David, which you made to yourselves. That's why the Druids drew that star in that depiction I showed you. That shit ain't about Israel. I've been telling you guys that for a long time. But people hate the truth. Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity beyond Dominicus, saith Yahweh, whose name is Shabbaoth. In other words, Yahweh, the Lord of War. Yeah, I'm just going to bring out one more. I got so many precepts right now. I'm going to bring out two more, though. We got to go back into the witches real quick for a minute. We got a little witch right here, sitting there right there, thinking that she's... You know what? No, that's like no, there's the witch right there. So, let's just close out with your most popular Halloween symbol. So I'm going to close out with that. The most popular Halloween symbol. So, let's go to Exodus. And this goes into the Levitical law, back to chapter 22. You thought I was going to skip it, didn't you guys? No, I'm right here. Exodus chapter 22, and we're going to just jump right down to verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And whosoever liveth with a beast shall surely be put to death. There she is, folks. But you got your witches, your wizards, and your warlocks. So you guys ain't off the hook. But I'm going to close out there and let me get my most favorite verse in the whole Bible that the Most High puts the Spirit on me to bring out anytime I bring a class. So you know we're going directly to the book of Revelation, and we're going to go to chapter 22, and we're going to go to verse 12. Why? Because that's what the Spirit is on me to tell you guys. So let me go ahead and zoom her back out. There's your peeps. And let me get it. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. So, like I tell you every time, what you're doing right now is what the Most High Yahweh Bashim El Shai is going to repay you for. And if you're wicked, you will receive a reward for the wickedness of your doings. The righteous, you won't be a part of this. He's going to, Revelation 11 and 12 you. He's going to say, come up hither, and you're going to ascend to the chariots in the clouds, and all the enemies of Israel are going to see you. So with that being said, if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this message. Shalom.